Hey there, I'm Asfar from Wavely. In this video, I want to talk about the top 3 most common mistakes businesses make when they switch to growth marketing. As growth marketers, a huge part of our job here at Wavely is looking at the hard data from any advertising campaign or marketing strategy that we run. We analyze, we come up with hypotheses, we experiment, we observe the new data, and then we report our findings to our clients. And then we repeat and rinse. And we had a lot of opportunities consulting with different businesses. They see our approach to digital marketing, we explain to them our growth marketing process, and they get super excited and want to try it out with their own in-house marketing team. And then they fail. We'll talk about the mistakes we've seen other businesses have made so that you don't have to go through the same thing when you decide to adopt growth marketing to your business. The first and the biggest mistake we see is misunderstanding metrics. Some traditional businesses we've worked with in the past haven't had any digital presence before us, so they get very excited when we show them all sorts of metrics that you can get from running campaigns. But then when we hand over the ads to them and then they start running it by themselves, they get very confused and scared and ask us a lot of questions like, why is my CTR rate so low on this ad set? Why did my cost per lead suddenly go up today? Should I even look at impressions and reach? What matters more exactly? Likes, shares, or comments? And that's just on the surface. When you're doing digital marketing on your own, it's very, very easy to assume that you understand what CTR or ATC or cost per lead or CPM is when in fact, you don't. If you're familiar with these terms, or if you've had these questions before, that's great. It means that you care about your business and you want to get the best results from the effort and money that you put into your digital marketing. But let's take a step back. What you need to understand about metrics is that they have different meanings in different contexts. The metrics that matter to one campaign will be different from another campaign, based on your objective. So for example, let's say your objective is to drive your Facebook fans to your new chatbot. Don't look at vanity metrics like your likes, shares, and comments. The most important metric here would be your cost per new message, because you're trying to get as many people as possible to opt into your chatbot at the lowest cost. So you have to understand what your campaign objective is, how it ties back to your business goal, and what metric measures this goal in the clearest way. We'll touch more on this later in the video, but let's move on to the second mistake. The second most common mistake we see is sampling bias. Sampling bias is when you look at a set of data that's not really representative of the target audience that you're trying to understand, and you make conclusions from that data. So for example, let's say you run a test campaign on Facebook or Instagram to send a message to your business. After 2 days, you see that most of the people who've opted in are male between the ages of 18 to 25. And then you make the assumption that your core audience is from that gender and age group just because of that initial traffic from this campaign. If, let's say, you were to run the same traffic on another platform, let's say LinkedIn, your audience will definitely be older, and you might even get both male and female this time. When you're running any advertising campaign, be it on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or Google, whatever platform you choose, be very careful of not having any dataset bias or platform bias. That's why we always do what we call iterative improvements. If you're going to run campaigns for your business, we don't just focus on one platform or distribution channel. We'll test out a few campaigns with smaller budgets and see where your target audience is coming from. You never know what works in advertising until you test and test and test it. The third mistake that we see is false causality. Basically, false causality happens when you assume that one action or event is the cause of another one without these being true. I'll give you an example of this. So let's say you've made a landing page for your new product launch and you're running Facebook ads to drive paid traffic there. But suddenly, on the 3rd day of your campaign, you see that there's an increase in your organic traffic coming from Facebook Messenger. Sure, maybe some people who see your ads are sharing them to their friends, but we're speculating if we do that. It might be correlated, but just because 2 things might seem related, one thing doesn't necessarily cause the other thing to happen. So in this example, what you should do instead is split test your Facebook ads in different placements. See which placements give you the most traffic at the lowest cost. And if you're serious about applying growth marketing to your business, you have to do 2 things. Keep your assumptions to a minimum when you look at your data, and remember the golden rule in data-driven marketing. Correlation does not equal to causation. All right, here's a bonus. Here's another mistake that we see that's worth mentioning, and that is not knowing your North Star. In growth marketing, your North Star basically refers to the one metric that drives actual growth to your business. It's also known as the OMTM, or the one metric that matters. So we get it. It can be tough to figure out what your OMTM is, and we'll be making another video just on this topic, so stay tuned. But going back, all other metrics that you're keeping track of in your advertising, they all should tie back to your OMTM. We talked a little bit about vanity metrics just now. These are the complete opposite to your OMTM. Now, we're not saying that your likes, shares, and comments and other engagement metrics don't matter. They do, but in some contexts. But if, let's say, you're running an e-commerce business selling organic skincare products, how do things like your Facebook likes or Instagram shares or DMs, how do they contribute to your primary growth goal? So figure out your key metric that drives growth to your business. Any other metrics should tie back to this key metric and focus only on the metrics that directly influence your key metric. All right, hope you enjoyed watching this video. Here's a quick recap of what we learned. Number 1, don't misunderstand or get confused by your metrics. Number 2, don't make any sampling bias on your data sets. 3, don't make false correlations before testing. 4, don't forget about your North Star and the indicators that influence it. Have you tried to apply growth marketing process to your business before? What sort of difficulties did you face? Do let us know in the comments below and about what your experience is with growth marketing and what's it been like. We'd love to hear more and we'd love to help you get better with your marketing. So make sure to hit like and subscribe to our channel if you want to learn more about digital marketing and how to apply it to your business. I'm Asper from Wavely. Thanks for watching.